Hey, welcome back to PageKey. I know that I'm overdue on doing some PKOS stuff. I'll do that soon, but I don't have that in me for today. Instead, we're going to look at the Boom Languages board here and knock out some of these issues that I wrote from the design. So if you haven't seen the design yet, let's go look at that real quick. docs.boom.pagekey.io. The user accounts design is finally finished, so this whole thing is filled out, has a flowchart for how things work, and it's broken up into nice little pieces. I just did a video a few days ago about my whole process for this. So now that it is done, it's pretty exciting. I can use this design to actually get some stuff done. So I'm going to start, I don't think there's any order to these, so I'll just start at the top, and this one's pretty easy. So I'm just going to assign myself and start working on it and see how it goes. This one in particular I think is really very straightforward, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to pull this down and go check out the branch it just created, and yeah, we can go see what you can do. But so what is this all about? Number 21. And what is our design looking like for this page? Oops. That's what we're looking for. So it tells the user that their account activation failed. That's interesting. A whole page for that, huh? Okay. So that one's super simple. So we'll go into pages. I'm going to go into a user folder for these. I'll call this activation failed. And let's at least get that rolling. So we will do npm run dev. Oh, I need the cd into Next.js. And let me also remove that. Okay. Let's get this server up and running, and we'll go from there. Okay, server's up. Let's go look at it. That's not right. There we go. Hopefully it comes up. Yeah, it's compiling. But anyway, activation page. So what I want to do for these is link to the design in every one of these where applicable. So we'll link to the website and the source doc/architecture/ and there we go. So that'll work. All lined up. Okay, perfect. And now it's done building the page. Okay, here's the data. Hello world. Cool. And if we go to user activation failed, what do we see? We see hi. Okay. Now what's next? We're gonna say, let's put a little title, I suppose. And I guess we can import that from Mantine. Nice, looks good. The browser title didn't get done. So what I'd like to do is add an app title. So I'm actually going to add that as a component. And what I do for that is, it's such a common use case for me to have to set the title of a page and also set the title in the tab. So what I like to do is, yeah, just do an app title. So export default function app title and return. And then what we do is return a title, just like I just did. Props.title. It's going to import all kinds of random stuff. Hold on, let's do the props first. Props, app title props. And then we can say interface app title props is going to be props, and we're gonna have the title. Or actually, we can just do children. I think that causes issues. I'm gonna put that as any because I know the type hints get weird. But we could say children here, and there's a little tweaking I know that we have to do. But we'll start with that, children there, and then we can do head, which is from next/head, and that lets you change the head of the document anywhere you want. And we'll just put it in the title as well, and we'll say, boom. Actually, where's that bullet character? Can I do ampersand bull? Yeah. So we'll do that, and by that I mean props.children. Props.children. So let's see how that looks. Oh, I didn't use it yet. So I'll go back in my page. I'll use app title, account activation failed. Okay. Perfect. Looks good. Delete that title. So this piece looks good up here. I don't know, does that look good too? I have to make it just a little shorter so I can make sure. Yeah, it looks good. And then if it's a long title, or like if we have line breaks in there, is that where it gets a little funky? I'm not sure. Test. No, it looks good all around. Cool, so we can keep that. App title looks good. And we can say, we were not able to activate your account. Try again or contact our support, I guess. And then what did the design say? I think it said to return home after that. Home button. So we can have a button, return home. That's a Mandine button. And it's going to come up. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Not that home. Okay, so return home. Fine. That looks good. And then what we can do is, actually first this should be in a div so that it does the line breaks. And then, perfect. And now we can, I guess that's good enough. Return home should link home. So we can say component is an A. So we want an anchor component to be the base of this button. And href will be, we can just link to slash. Because we should always be hosting this on the root domain. So. All right, so that works. And then the one other thing that I'd like to do right now is this button's blue, but the theme of the Boom Languages app is typically purple. So I might just go change this to this color of purple. And I forget how I did that. Or I forget what color I was using for this. So let's just figure it out based on this. So we'll go look at background color. That's not right. Maybe it's this one. Background color. There we go. RGB. So it's this color. I can steal that back. Steal my own stuff here. And I'm going to say that there's a way to set the Mandine theme. And that's what I'd like to do right now. Because I can, well, real quick, we can just set it on this button. Just to see what it looks like. By forcing it. So we can do a little style. Equals background color RGB blah 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 blah. So wrong page. There we go. That's good. That's what I want to see. And now what we can also do, okay, good, my mic's working. That would have been really disappointing. So now I would like to not have to specify that for every single button because that's a pain. So let's just make the Mandine theme apply it for us by default, and then we can change it on a per button basis if we need to. And that should be in the _app.tsx. Right here is where we're setting the theme, and I actually don't know how to do that, but let's look it up. Mandine theme. I think we have to set the primary color to that RGB value. Colors. You know what? I'm not going to read all these docs. I'm going to let an LLM do it for me. hey, can you write some code to set the Mantine theme primary color? Oh, perfect. That's so easy. Is that right though? Let's see. So if that's right, then this button should have changed color to whatever that color was. Okay. So that didn't work. It's pretty mad right now. Okay. That didn't work. Mantine set primary color. Maybe I have to do colors dot red. Okay. Oh, here we go. We can just say primary color, brand. Why do we have to do it like that? There has to be a simple way to do this, right? Hold on, let me... I don't know. Actually, I probably ended up just choosing one of these, didn't I? I'd actually like to just go grab that from the actual source code, which I'm trying to think where I could get that. I don't have it with me right now, unfortunately. Or I might have to fix that later. So, no, come on, this can't be that hard. Let's figure this out. Does that work? Primary color? Indigo? Maybe? Let's see what that does. Doesn't seem to. Okay, almost. So maybe it's actually more of a purple that we're going for here. Purple? Purple. What's that look like? That's not right. Let's check out their colors docs. Purple. Where was that list? Here we go. Maybe it's a grape or a violet. I think it's violet. Aha. Violet. Does that look right? Pretty close. Actually, I like that better anyway. Whatever the old one was, I don't know. But all right, we'll go with violet and keep that. So I will delete. Actually, it's probably just a different shade for the nav bar. That's why it's different. But I think it'll take care of all that. So let me just delete that test button and delete this hand jamming code. And yeah, I think this page is done. So I wonder if there's a way to make the nav bar also purple though. Yeah, I'll do that later. But that should be it for this issue. So I can just go ahead and okay. And that was so short. Let's do another one too. So what else we got? Something with some network, maybe. Dashboard page. What's this look like? Might as well work top down. Dashboard page is where we're all trying to get. Where is it on this diagram? Oh, here it is. Okay, so you go there after you log in, and you go there on success. but we don't have to really worry about how you get there. We just have to display a welcome message. So that's easy. Okay, that's going to be very similar to this one. All right, so I'm literally just going to copy it. And we'll say, here's the website. And the source is the same. And then we can just call this dashboard page. Also on this index page, I might just say temporary testing links and throw in some links to these pages as we do them. We'll call this one activation failed page, dashboard page, same here, component A, dashboard. Okay, and that should work. So if we go home, I killed the server. So if we head home, should have some links. And we do. So this one we just did. Looks good. And then this dashboard page just needs to say, probably don't really need an app title. Let's add an option for hide title. Boolean question mark. I guess the question mark goes there. Could be there. And then we'll just say not hide title and the title. So whenever we're not hiding the title, we'll show it. In this case, it hides it, right? Activation failed is still there, looks good. Dashboard page should be hidden. Good. Okay, we'll go back to dashboard and we will say, oh well, maybe not. Let's say dashboard boom languages. Looks good. Dashboard boom and the tab title there. And then what we can do is we'll just say welcome to boom languages. And then we're all set there. Pretty easy. Add dashboard page. Closes number 22. I hope it doesn't close it. It's on a branch, so good. Yeah, it just says it mentioned it. Okay. And then we can also say on our merge request that, can I get to the merge request from the commit? Yep. So I'll just edit the description to say it closes 21 and 22. And that works for me. Save it. And we're all set there. So any other low-hanging fruit that we can just knock out real quick? I should assign this to the streaming account. All right, let's just keep going down the line. And this forgot password page, what is this all about? I might do it as a separate merge request. No, I'll keep it on this one. So on this page, user types in their email and hits submit. Ah, okay. So this should be interesting. Okay, let's get this started. So we're gonna have another page called forgot password, and we can use the same shell as the other ones. Forgot password page. There we go. Same source works for me, and then we can say forgot password page. Forgot password. And then what's this design looking like? Use this form to reset the password to your Boom Languages account. Okay, and then we need some Mantine stuff here. Input, maybe. What does that look like? Let's add a debug link to home real quick. Forgot password. Forgot password page. Let home. Okay, that looks decent. I know there's a way to add a label though, so let's look at that on Mantine. We'll just say input. I think I might want something a little fancier. Isn't there some kind of child of this component that I could use? Text input, maybe? Yeah, sounds about right. So we can just say text input. Label is email. There we go. And then we can set the state so that we can access it later. So we'll have to set that up. We'll say email set email equals use state string. By default, it's just empty. And then we can say that the value here is email. And that should make it impossible to type in here because even if we try to type, we're not setting the state. So we need set value, is it? What's on change? Yes. On change, just call set email. Let's see if that works. Oh no, it sets it to object. Okay, so what we need to do is set email. I think it's like e.target, something like that. Well, let's log it first and figure out. It's like e.local.target, I think, that we need for this. So let's just check the output. I hit some characters and there we go. E for sure dot target, okay, dot value. That's what we need. e.target.value. So we will set email e.target.value, and now it should work. There we go. Now we can type. And now we have this email variable that we can use to refer to when we do stuff. So that's very helpful. And then what other fields do we have in our design here? The submit button. That's it. Okay. Well, then we just need a button that says submit. How's that look? Okay. I mean, it's not the best looking, but it'll work. And we don't want to hide the title on this page. Whoops. So we'll do that. Forgot password, use this to reset. Okay, and we'll say Steve at PageKey.io. And it should also submit when I hit enter. Either way, it doesn't do anything. So let's set up a handler for submit real quick. So we'll call it handle submit. And for now, we'll just log and say hello. And we will, I know there's probably a way to do this with HTML forms, but I don't really like working with those, so I'm not going to do that. So we will just say on click we will handle submit, and we don't pass it anything. And then also, I would like it when it hits enter. Well, first of all, let's start with that. Did we trigger that properly? Yes, it says hello. But if I hit enter here, it doesn't. So we'll say on key down E. Let's log E and figure out which one is the enter key. So on key down, I just hit enter. Why is all this stuff in the way? Make me some room. Okay. So key down, I just hit enter. The key is enter. So it's most readable, I think, if you just actually type the key. So let's say if e.key is enter. I guess I'll use the triple equals. Console.log. Ouch. Works. Other keys do not trigger it. Perfect. So now instead of just printing that message, we can call handle submit. And either way now, we should be submitting. Submitting. Hello. Okay, perfect. Let's actually just log the email in the field when that happens. So there we go, Steve. Same thing there. All right, perfect. And then we'll say if email.length less than 1. So let's set our first error message, which I think we need some more state for that. So we can say state error set error equals use state of string. It's nothing. And then we can put that into our field here because Mantine also supports that. So we can say error equals error. We shouldn't see anything come up. But if length is less than 1, we will set error. We'll use this function here to set the error state to, I can't type, set error. You must enter an email. Else we'll do the real thing. But we'll add some other validation steps in 1 second. There we go. If I hit enter, it does that. It's perfect. Okay. So now that we have that working, let's also check the format of the email. So I might ask ChatGPT to just do this for us, but there's a can you write an if statement in TypeScript to check if an email is valid. I could probably Google it too, but see, I don't want to mess with that, but that looks good. Let's test this out though real quick and make sure this works. So yeah, let's go to the regex tester online. I love this thing. It's so awesome. Paste it in. And Steve at PageKey.io. Oh, it matches. How about this at this? No, it does not match. Okay, good. Alright, that's good enough for me. We're doing activation anyway, so if it's a bogus email, it's a bogus email. Oh, I meant to grab that before I closed it. So we will say that email regex, what is this? Okay, so we can say, am I able to do this without a function? Or without? Oh yeah, that should work. I'll just hard code it in there, I don't care. So we'll put that there. I guess I should use a constant for that. Put it up here. There we go. Then we can test it here. If the email works, or I'm sorry, if it is not valid, set error. No format is not valid. And then otherwise we'll console log it. So that's good. Now if I must enter an email, okay, hi, enter. Email format is not valid. Otherwise, if we're good, we'll set the error to nothing again. So it should clear. Hi at hi dot a. Now it's cleared. Good. So that looks fine. And then now the only thing left, I think, is actually submitting this to a TRPC route, which is going to require probably just setting up a placeholder for that, which we'll tackle in the other issue, how to actually implement it. But let's just say add visual elements of forgot password page. And then real quick, this is going to be the last thing I do this evening. It's been 30 minutes. We'll just input, we'll set up our TRPC to do this. So I'm going to add a router for user. I'm also going to get rid of the example. Actually, I'll just rename the example to user, and we'll go from there. But user.ts. Okay, go ahead. And then we'll say user router. And we don't really want an index yet. I'm just going to comment that out. We will probably eventually want one. But we're going to call this forgot password route. So we'll call it procedure.query, async options, and I'm just going to return not yet implemented. Actually, let's go ahead and we can do a little more than that, actually. We can, since we know the return type of this already, route response, I believe, right? Forgot password route returns a route response object. So let's go ahead and define that route response object. So we have components, pages. I'm going to add a models area, and I'll do route response.tsx. Oh, it's actually just TS. And we'll define that real quick, and we can say export default interface route response. And it will have a status that is a string. Oh, actually, it's pretty specific. Success or error. Okay. And it will have a message that is a string. And that's good enough. Oh, wow, you should add a link to the design. So that if it changes, it's more easy to update it. So I'm going to steal that little comment right here, throw it in. It's all good. Route response, perfect. Okay, so route response is done as well, and then we can return we'll say status is success. Actually, it's error. Message, this route is not yet implemented. And we will return that return value. You know, a better name might be response. I'll just shorten it. And that should be good to go. Now that that TRPC route is there, I actually have to update the upper level here to recognize that router too. So where's that at? Oh, underscore app. So user router, user router, user router. Perfect. So we should be all set to use that locally. And then we can go into our forgot password page and go for it. So forgot password, and I'm going to lean on the example. Did I delete the example? No, I did not. But I should now. I'll just move this over. Forgot password. We're going to have a request here. Request. There's going to be a mutate. Request. Yeah, we'll just call it request. And then TRPC we can import. And we're going to do trpc.user.forgotpassword.user use, I believe, mutation, because it's really not a query. We're actually changing something by doing it. I can also delete all of these, but I do want to keep this piece for the other page. So I'll just cut that out. I'll put it in here. And I'll just say if request is loading, we'll bring in our loader. If it's in an error, we'll put an error, and then otherwise we will say no data received. That looks good to me. Let's quickly reformat it. I messed something up here. I missed a bracket somewhere. Oh, maybe right here. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so oh, you know what? This is not a getter. Here, let me put this back, at least partially. Put that back, put that back. And I'll just comment this stuff out because we'll need that as a template later. However, this mutation does not need all this stuff. So we'll delete this. Since it's a mutation, it's more of a call on demand type of thing. So no big deal. And then that's probably just an error because I know that this, I know I just set it up as not a mutation type query, but a different type. So query, we need that to be mutation. There we go. Okay. So that's going to be our on request dot mutate. And do we pass it anything? I think that we do. So we need to encode that as well. So I think we can do that by saying dot input and then providing some stuff. I think we might need Z for this. How do you use Zod to create a TRPC route that accepts user email string as input? Let's get a quick sketch. So I do need to install Zod. Let's do that real quick. I'm pretty sure we did not do that. And then the Zod is the validation library, so, or whatever, the input library. So why is this so complicated? Z.string.email. So for us, it's actually going to be, input is going to be z.object, I believe. Well, let's check the design. Thankfully, I wonder if I should have separate pages for all these routes. Might make sense. I'm going to put the design comment right in here. Right here. Design. And then we can say, oops, I did it again. What are we looking for? A particular route. Forgot password route. Forgot password route right here. Okay. Input is this object. Email is a string, and that's it. But it's a JSON object. So we can say z.object, and inside of it is z.string. Email z.string. I think this needs to be bracketed too. And then we need to import Zod as Z somehow. I hope that that code snippet from ChatGPT did not. There we go. Z equals import Z from Zod, like that maybe. Yep, that worked. Okay, cool. And then I think that's it. So with that, what's in my clipboard? That's fine. Okay, so back in the forgot password page, now it's throwing an error because we did not provide the email. So we'll just say email is equal to email. We already have that state. And we're good. And then how do we handle that? That is the question. I don't know if we get the response back or what. So let's see if we get something back. So we'll just say from server response and see if we get something. So let's run it. Response from server undefined. That's not good. Do I have to do like then dot then? Can you provide an example of using gRPC mutate? Oh, so the handler goes up there. Oh, it's a promise, so we can do a wait. And just make this async. And maybe that'll help? Still undefined. So do we have to do use mutation and define a handler in there? No. Mutate create user input email. Why are we not getting a response from the server? Oh, we have a 500 error. Nice. Oh, whoa. Wait a second. So, really, we should be try catching this, right? So, let's just say try catch E error. Well, let's just call it E. And then in that case, we can return. And is there a way to notate that this function always returns route response? This looks nasty. There's got to be a cleaner way to do it, but I'm not sure what it is. So, I mean, we can just say return. Is there a way to say like route? Let's do this. Return status error message an unknown error occurred. Did I misspell that? Maybe. And then, but we'll say as route response. So it conforms it to the type. And then this can go inside because this is eventually going to be the processing piece. And then we'll be good. So now we should still get a 500 issue going on. Oh, we also want to print the stack trace or whatever it is. So e.console.error e, but also return something. So we don't just not return anything because that's not very nice. That didn't seem to work. Got an undefined back. What? Okay. So actually we're not even making it into there. So I'm just going to type some stuff in there and it's going to 500 hopefully. Or it's going to fail to compile. How can I make this error out? Assigning a constant? No, it's not going to let me do that either. How do I cause some kind of error? Well, I guess I can just throw new error. That works. What? Oh, that made it. So why did I not get a route response if it even made it right here? At least it did print the error. So maybe I'm not doing this right. Let's see. Really not getting anything back, am I? How do we fix this? Am I making this too complicated? No matter what, I don't get anything back. I think I'm using this wrong. Use mutation, mutate. Oh. So maybe there we go. So I just have to check the data down there. So on submit, we just go ahead and mutate it, and then we don't get anything back. So there's really no point in awaiting it either or doing anything. So we'll just do that. And then we don't even need this to be async anymore. And then there is some kind of cool loading overlay that Mantine has. So let's see if we can loading overlay. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. How does that work? So we can say loading overlay. Put it right under the app title. Loading overlay visible equals request.isLoading. Let's see how that works. Oh, that's awesome. Looks good. Okay, so we have a loading overlay. That's nice. Now, let's rename this error variable to local error. No. How do we want to handle this? Actually, this could be pretty simple. Error is going to be request.error or local error. I'm sorry, error.message. So if the error is set and it has a message, we'll set that. Otherwise, we'll just use the local error variable. So we'll always let the server take precedence. I think that makes sense. Let's see what happens now. Oh, yeah, we screwed up the route. So let's go make it good again. So let's see how that goes. Got that data. Okay, and I think I messed up in my code here. So it's actually going to be request.data Data dot message. Oh man, has this been black the whole time? Now you can see it, right? Thank you for letting me know. This whole stream is garbage. That really stinks. Wow. So that's 50 minutes of me talking to myself with a black screen, but whatever. That sucks. I guess it happens. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Getting rid of this. And I am building this language app. Well, I've built this app on my own closed source, so it kind of exists, but it's a language learning app. And yeah, so this one, I mean, it kind of works, but I wanted to redo it open source because I don't want to do this stuff in a box and not be able to like share any lessons that I learned. But like this boomlanguages.com actually is functioning right now, and it has the mobile app and all this different stuff. So you can sign up and try it, but I'm just trying to redo everything open source. So even this, there's this like, here, I'll start a trial. Hey, help me learn Spanish. So I got pretty far with the closed source version, but I think it would be cool to, whoa. Yeah. Okay, stop. Anyway, I think it would be cool to do it open source. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm starting over from scratch, but yeah, this has some stuff. It has streaks, it has tracking what you're doing, all that stuff. So just going back and trying to do it in an open source way. But and let me know if you have any ideas, because yeah, I don't know. Yeah, your name is UX Ridge, so you must know a lot more than I do about UX, right? I usually don't think that part of it through too well. Definitely open to advice. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up soon though. I just want to get this working. So where was I with this? I think I need this. Oh, wait a second. It's actually displaying the message. So that's exactly what we were looking for here. And then you just go back in here, and instead of throwing the error, just return that route not implemented message, which I'm going to simplify by just returning the object as a route response, so that this is always a route response that we get back. And then perfect. All right, so I'm going to call that good, I think, for now. But actually, I don't think that we're going to have to change this page at all. I think this is coded per the design. It just, where is it? Let's make sure. Route, forgot password page. On this page, user types email, hit submit to send a request for forget password route, which we do. Then it dispenses a confirmation link to the home page. Actually, we do have to code that a little bit too. So let's do that real quick. So I think we can just define a quick constant that is that we can select between the two things that we have to show. So so I'm thinking request dot data dot status is success. Then we want to show this piece. Is that okay? Why is this mad? Oh, I misspelled success. 3 C's? Okay, that's that. And then if we're successful, we can just say something like make that a parenthesis. We we could say successfully reset a password reset request has been sent. Please check your email and use the link in the email. Please check your email for instructions. And then we can just have a home button, which I might steal from a different page. I think we had one before, right? Here we go. Return home. And then this is about it for this page. So we'll say return home. And then I think I don't think this is really a great way to do it, but let's just do it real quick. I'd like the form to disappear when it's done. So I should probably refactor this, but let's start with this. And okay, in theory this should work. Let's test it. Oh, I messed up the syntax. Can't have multiple elements, so we'll just throw these under a blank one, and then we're good. And then I think that should work. Route's not yet implemented, but in theory, what if we forced it to return a success? Yay, that looks good. Return home. Okay, I'm happy. This is done. So we can say, dang, that's a lot of code. Oh no, why is node modules getting committed? Okay. What happened here? I installed Zod at the top level. That's a mess. I'm glad that I didn't add that to get ignored at the top level though. Okay, and we'll install that guy, and then I think that's it. So let's just look at what we are committing here. This looks good. Why did that get moved? Oh, I guess it rewrote the file. It's fine. And we added what? Route response. We added, commented some stuff on home. And then we fixed this page up to do what it was defined to do. And that's it. And then we wrote this router. That'll probably serve as the starting point for all of our other routes. So I'm excited about this. I'm going to commit it. And we can say add forgot password route closes number. Yep. And then FYI, anyone who's interested in contributing to this project can. It is all on gitlab.com/pagekey/app/boom. And there's a whole issue board that I've been working off of because I made the design and then I wrote some issues, so anyone can tackle the little piece. So forgot password page is now complete, so we'll add closes number 23 to the commit message, push it up, and in the merge request I will just note that as well. And as soon as I log off of the stream, I'm going to merge all this stuff in and it'll be good. 23 is also closed by this. So I won't do that on the stream, but later on I'll merge that and we will have knocked out 3 issues and laid the groundwork for the other ones, so I'm excited. But that's enough for a Sunday night, I think, so I'm going to stop streaming. But thanks for watching. Sorry it was completely nothing for like 55 minutes there, but it is what it is. Alright, I'll see you next time. Adios.